Here in the UK, more than 1.2 million children have special needs, and yet approximately just under a quarter are given the special education, health and care plans that they need. And due to a lack of educational support, those children who have those special needs aren't getting the help they need when it comes to their learning. In the studio today, we've got the head of SEND at Edplace, Mandy Williams, joins us now to open the discussion. Mandy, good morning.
Good morning.
So first of all, what's SEND?
So SEND stands for Special Educational Needs and Disabilities. So it's for children who require additional support to access the curriculum.
It seems quite a lot, 1.2 million.
Yeah, it is a lot. And actually in your region, it's like 15.9% of the children's population. So it's a little bit higher in your region, but it is a lot. And, you know, that's just diagnosed children. There are undiagnosed children out there that require additional support as well.
I'm of an older generation, and this particular situation just wasn't there. It wasn't perceived when I was younger. And if you'd have said to me then that you've got 15% of kids that need extra support and help, that would have been really surprising. Why do you think there's this many kids?
I don't think there's more. It's just there's more awareness around it. You know, there's things in place that they needs to be in place for these kids to access the curriculum. It used to be, you know, brushed under the carpet, but actually we should be embracing their differences and changing the way that we teach these kids to suit their own preferred learning style.
And where do they need the support? What sort of a spectrum have we got here?
There's so many different kinds of support. It could be as simple as actually getting into school for emotional support. It could be for coloured overlays, different font styles. It could be actually just being in the classroom and accessing the curriculum as a whole. So there's so many different things that it could do. Schools, unfortunately, often spend their available money on traditional methods of teaching, you know, such as textbooks and revision books. And unfortunately, you know, they can't possibly differentiate enough because they are just standard textbooks. You know, there's other ways. There's other ways of teaching these kids. You need to think outside of the box, maybe be much more visual, use different resource. At edplace.com, we're an online learning platform. And I'm really excited because finally, you know, someone's actually thinking about these SEND students. They've created an accessibility toolbar which you can overlay the main resource. So it has things like coloured overlays. You can change the fonts to, you know, dyslexia specific and things like that. So it's all on tap. It's there if you want it. It's there if you don't want it. So there's just different ways of looking at education. As
a parent and whose kids have gone through the educational system, say you've got 100 children.
Yeah.
85 of those 100 don't need SEND, but 15 do.
Yeah.
But those 15 could have 15 different sets of needs. How can a school produce one conventional set of tools, as it were, for 85 and then try and work out where to get another 15 from?
That is a big issue. You know, I'm a parent of a child that also has additional needs, and I understand how difficult it is. And teachers have the best intentions all of the time. You don't go into teaching unless you care and unless you want to help. But unfortunately, teachers are so stretched. They have to kind of teach to the middle of the class, which means that students with additional needs or higher potential learners, for instance, are unable to reach their full potential. So using something like an online platform helps you to differentiate as necessary. You know, it's targeted and set tasks and activities that are appropriately levelled. As I said, unfortunately, traditional methods aren't able to do that.
Having somebody close to me that has issues with mental illness but is young, so of a school age, and yet with, again, their special needs in a different direction.
Yeah.
How do you help people like that?
Well, it's all about confidence, isn't it? I mean, surely if you feel worthy of learning, then you will. And if you're not able to access the curriculum, if you're always getting things wrong and not understanding, that has it's a detrimental effect on your mental health. It's not fair, and it shouldn't be that way. So making tasks achievable for all, setting it at the right level for that child so that they can achieve, they do take pride in their education, is the way forward. And that's not just for SEND students, that's for everyone, because we mustn't forget that is just a number for diagnosed people. We all have our own preferred learning style, and so it's just embracing those differences rather than, trying to get rid of them.
How do you access this? Because again, it's what you're saying is very laudable and desirable. However, in the real world, what would a parent do if they listen to you now and go off and see if they can get some help for their child and there's nothing there?
Yeah, there are things out there. The best piece of advice I can give any parent is exactly what I did as well, is understand your child's needs, really understand them, what works for them. Every child is different. Have a voice. If you find something that works for your child, go shout about it, tell your school about it. Don't just stick to, what is given. Often parents are told by the school what resources are available. Go out there, do some research, have a look at edplace.com with all the accessibility options. There are things out there. It's just about knowing exactly what you want to get out of it for your child.
And what's that? Edplace.com?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we're an online learning platform, but I'm so proud to say, they're pioneering the way, really. We're the first online platform to have an accessibility overlay. So it has lots of different features that you can adjust and just use for your child's preferred learning style. So just making that whole curriculum-aligned activities accessible for everyone.
Mandy, thank you so much for speaking to us. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Mandy Williams, bye-bye.